Okay, so I'm going to get right into the show because it is the first show of March, the first show of the month. And what does that mean, Curtis?
Well, that means it's your favorite show. I know you love every weekend, but I know the stat show is just a little bit more the favorite for you.
Yes, and we've got, it's always so interesting. There's always so much to it. And then to go with the real estate statistics, prices, benchmark prices and all that, we have a guest on our show today, which we've been trying to have our first weekend of every month, a guest. And we have in our second segment coming on, actually she's here with us right now, is Jessica Oates from Harmony Mortgages. And so she's going to, it's perfect timing with the interest rates that just went up March 1st and the foreseeable future, what's going to happen, and what she has a lot of good information. And I know you have a couple questions for her, Curtis. You were chatting to me earlier about.
Absolutely. Hopefully, I can, remember them.
You will. Wait. You got 11 minutes there.
All right. I'll just, I'll think real hard, and I'm sure I'll be able to, come up with the good questions.
Yes. Okay. So the headline on March 2nd from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board says that the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board posted a record volume of new listings in February. If you're in the market, if you're talking about the market, if you're thinking about playing in the market or buying or selling, that is, you probably have heard the same thing. Mid-February, there was an announcement of like over 50% more listings that hit the system, which has caused a shift in the market. So further on with the news release from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board says buyers of Fraser Valley Real Estate had significantly more inventory to choose from last month due to the record-breaking volume of new listings received from the month of February. And this is really interesting. So by month end, February's total active listings available for purchase was 3,790 listings. That's a decrease of 8% compared to the same month last year. However, 62.5% higher than what was available at the end of January. And it's the highest month-over-month increase in active listings in the Fraser Valley in over 20 years. So talking about stats, just think of that. Month-over-month, it's the highest new listings that hit the system for 20 years. So a 62.5% higher. So that's the shift that you're seeing slightly in the marketplace. However, when you look at the graphs of is it a seller's market, is it a buyer's market, and what prices have done in the Fraser Valley overall, you can see it's still the highest prices ever. Prices haven't really come down. It's just a slight shift in anything over, I've seen personally, anything over the average price of a property is now not really receiving the multiple offers as quickly and as plentiful as we were before this influx of all these new listings. So further on to the release, although the market is still far from balanced, it is encouraging to see new listings increase again for the second month in a row. So that comment is from our real estate board's president, Larry Anderson. And he further goes on to say, we're hopeful that this trend will be sustained leading into the spring season as more sellers come on stream to help soften the market and provide opportunities for the many buyers who have been sidelined over the past year and a half. And I have to say, I've seen a lot of what I call buyer fatigue in the marketplace in the last month or so. I've had a couple of clients of mine, buyer clients, that have said, Michele, we want to wait because, we're just done with multiple offers, 6 offers, no subjects, we're hugely over asking price, and we still don't get them. We're just tired, and we think the market will be better for us in a little bit. So I've seen that from a couple of my buyer clients, but on the flip side, I've seen that in my sellers. I've seen seller fatigue. Seller fatigue has happened as well for certain type of properties in certain genres and areas. So they've seen it because, why have they seen it? Well, because if they're scared, they don't have a place to go to, and they don't want to rely on something like moving the dates with 30 days notice or some of the other. There's a few options for sellers to make sure you seamlessly go from one property to another in this crazy seller's market. But there's still that what if. There's still that unknown. So if they just don't have that confidence and that comfortable level to sell before they buy and they can't do subject to acquiring a property, then you know what? It's seller's fatigue, because when they get an offer and let's say they do get accepted and it's subject to this or the dates, they still have that, we still don't find the place. So they're constantly changing their dates, or you know what? It's just all over. I think people are fatigued about this marketplace. So I've seen that on both sides. Now, in the Fraser Valley region, the average number of days to sell an apartment in February was 12 days and 11 days for townhouses, and then single-family detached homes took an average 13 days to sell. The one-year comparison is 35 days, 21 days, and 21 days, respectively. So that tells you how much quicker we're selling these properties. So single-family detached benchmark price. We're going to go into that. Now, this is for the overall Fraser Valley first, and then we'll go into every municipality. So detached benchmark prices right now overall are at $1,670,800. So that's an increase of 6.5% compared to last month, and an increase of 43.6% compared to February of 2021. And townhouses are at $840,900, and that is an increase of 5.6% compared to last month, and an increase of 40.1% compared to February of the previous year. Apartments are at $614,800, and that's a 7.1% increase compared to last month, and an increase of 36.3% compared to February of 2021. Okay, municipality by municipality, we're going to start off with, of course, as always, our lovely Abbotsford. So detached benchmark prices are at $1,503,700. That's an increase year over year of 52.1%, and month over month, an increase of 9.3%. Townhouses are at $684,300. That's an annual increase of 36.3% and a monthly increase of 3.5%. Apartments are at $494,500, an increase of 47.3% from last year, and an increase of 8.2% from the month before. These are staggering numbers going from January to February. So Mission detached benchmark prices, $1,253,000. That's an increase of 52.4% from last year, and an increase of 8.2% from the month before. Townhouses at $655,300, an increase of 32.3% from last year, and an increase of 0.7% from the month before. But there's a lot of brand newer townhouses in Mission that's kind of skewing the average and median percentage differences from last year to this year. Apartments at $475,000, an increase of 29.4% from last year, and an increase of 3.7% from the month before. And then we have Langley detached prices at $1,723,000, an increase of 42.3% from last year, and an increase of 5% from the last month. Townhouses at $831,200, an increase of 35.9% from last year, and an increase of 4.8% from the month before. And apartments are at $580,000, $600, sorry. And that's an increase of 39.7% from last year, and an increase of 8.6% from the month before. And then Delta benchmark prices for detached at $1,537,000, and that's an increase of 43.9% from last year, and an increase of 5.4% from the month before. Townhouses at $862,300, and an increase of 45.6% from last year, and an increase of 6.5% from the month before. And apartments at $507,900, an increase of 27.9% from last year, and an increase of 5.8% from the month before. And then our last one is City of Surrey combined benchmark prices for detached at $1,773,100, an increase of 40.8% from last year, and an increase of 5.9% from the month before. And townhouses at $889,700, an increase of 42.5% from last year, and an increase of 6.3% from the month before. And apartments are at $955,000. That's an increase of 33.5% from last year, and an increase of 6.5% from the month before. And there's our Fraser Valley real estate statistics.
Wow, a lot of stats coming at us really fast. If people maybe missed some of those or want more information on the stats, I'm pretty sure there's a one-stop shop they can go to.
There is, and it's MicheleCummins.ca.
All right, we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back with more right after this.